Hello guys, welcome back to another what if video. And in this what if video I will be doing a different type of what if since how should I explain this? The last video I did last video uploaded except for the premiere that was earlier today. Still premiering by the way while I'm recording this. As I'm recording this 6:49 p.m. starting this recording the October 31st. Um, Central Europe time. As for the story, and if you're wondering what this what if will be, it's a brand new what if. I can just tell you that now. Yes, so I can kind of let you guys know why it. And if you guys wonder why I do a brand new what if, it has to do with the update, with kind of like the origin update I did earlier today. It's about I want to do a what if on what if I was in Black Clover. As I don't want to receive really the hatred on this, but I don't really care if you hate on this, because if you do, I will just let you know it's my life that you're literally hating on, and how I would be in Black Clover, and it will be how I am as a person as well. As for the shipping, I don't really know yet. It'll probably be like the girl I like the most in the anime, or something like that. As for the background, as for why I chose Ribe, like Alsta's anthematic demon, as the background, it's because he kind of symbolizes me a little bit, or symbolizes me pretty much, as I am too, like kind of that mysterious type of person, kind of. As for how it will kind of like plan out and all that, I will be brought to the church, and yes, I just want to let you guys know, Asta won't be in there. I will be the replacement for Asta, literally. I just want to let you guys know that. So yeah, as this what if also, I've tried to get into the what if now. So yeah, let's get right into it. Probably, I should probably say that now. As we start off, when I am brought to church, lay down next to Yuno. As when the church guy, like Father Orsi, just opens the door, kinda, he will see two kids. One labeled with the name Yuno, as the other one will be labeled Os. In this what if, just for the sake of the story purpose, no, not story purpose, I will be called Asta. I don't want to reveal my true name. Really, because if I reveal my true name, you might even find me, because my name is kinda rare. And I kinda dislike my name, really. So yeah, as we start off now, the years have passed. As I will have magic in this, I just want to say that because I feel like I need magic, and so. And if you're wondering if you hear like my keyboard like sound a lot, you probably hear that because I watched some of my videos while I'm playing games, and you hear my keyboard. I'm currently playing a game while I'm talking, so that's why there will be pauses sometimes. As for now, me and Juno, I like play with each other when we were 5. As Juno would just fall down and be that crybaby. Still, here comes the first difference between me and Asta. I would just say, "Geez, you're such a crybaby, Juno. I can't believe we're the same age." But instead, just smiles and Daniel smile and reach out my hand to Juno to help him up. He said, "Thanks." I will say it's no problem. You're like my brother to like a brother to me. As Yuna said, thanks. Again, he kind of says, as I will be react like, huh? Why does he kind of stumbles a little bit kind of when he says that? Then I would think like, oh, maybe it's because I act kind of weird. Because I am kind of weird and awkward as a person. But I will be kind of be loud and troublesome. I will get into many fights in there, but I will also be kind of be the church just explain that he always is like that. Asta is always like that. They will just say as an excuse. They really don't want to speak of how I truly am. Well, how I act around people. Because I am really socially awkward, and that I know that this story is actually pretty weird. But I just wanted to like the guys kind of this story won't be like a whole. It will be a little bit weird, but yeah. Um, what to do next? What to do next? What to do next? Yeah, as now me and Juno is 6 years old. Juno gets sent on that mission, like to give the letter to the village there. As I'm just following him, being kind of jealous of him getting the mission. As I'm still that attention craving type that Asta is. And now as Juno just gives the letter to like the chief there. He just gets let in there, as gets a little bit warm before he decides that I need to go back now. As the chief just said, "Be careful," said Juno said, yeah, sure." As he kind of smiles now, like happy that he did his first mission and carried it out. As now gets surprised by a drunk guy out of the side of the corner. As now the drunk guy takes his peanut and pushes him down to the ground, and said that the drunk guy said, "This peanut should give me all pretty much food and booze." He would say, "This would give me a lot of beer." As the news said, "Give my peanut back." Then I see this that what happens to Juno. I rush in immediately, trying to stopping the drunk guy from hitting Juno. As Juno just sees me coming in, he's like, "What?" Then I started punching the drunk guy in the gut, punching him non-stop. As I get pushed back, hit to the ground, start to bleed from the head. I don't really care about it, that bleeding in the head at all, because I'm just that reckless person. When I get into a fight, I don't give up until I win. I really was like that, or am still kind of like that. Those rare few times I get into a fight. As now, the drunk would say, "You really pisses me off, huh? You don't really give up." As I would say, "Give up? You should be the one to give up, and you should be the one to never pick on my brother. You know." As then I would start punching him non-stop and scold him, kick him, trying to get him on his knees. As now he just punches me again, taking me to the ground. He opens his scream more. I will get furious and kinda scared, but I won't show it, because when I'm scared, I'm getting those few times I'm scared, I'm getting even more like furious and fearsome in battle, in fights. So yeah, as now, and for the medic I will have, I will have some special medic for you later on. As now, as he open his grammar said, hell, no, he would say like fire something. Let's say that drunk I had fire magic. As I'm just saying, "You gonna use a grimoire on a kid, huh?" Then I start to scream, as he would say, "Huh?" That kid finally shuts up. But then, instead of me shutting up, I'm just running towards him, with with a fury in my eyes. Punching the drunk guy now. No, we're not punching the drunk guy, as something else would happen. I will grow a tail. no, wings on my side backs. Kinda like these. I see how I won't get that feather crow on my head, but my hair will be like kind of formed like this devil now. That's not how my hair is in like how it is in real life, but kinda how it looks like in the mornings. So yeah. So now I should explain. Well, since I grew those wings and all that, I just flew like blazes right towards the drunk guy with my wings outfolded. Mr. Drunk guy would be taken by surprise by this and thought like, what the hell? When I'm blazing towards him, he tries to protect himself, but he immediately gets hit by a fist. And he thinks like, what the hell is up with this kid? This brat? What is this, as weird magic or something? As this is kinda it, still kinda like my magic. But it's just my devil roots, because of how my attitude is kinda like a devil. Yes, I have that attitude, so I will gain devil wings. Just because of that. Said, you freaking devil! Monster! He says. And then he just runs away, scared of me. As I just look at the unit and said, are you okay? He said, yes. As he kinda is, the unit is scared now by me. Oh yeah, and the drunk guy drops the planet as well, I made sure of that. He said, but as the unit would be scared of me, I would realize that he was scared of me. As I would say, as now the wings would just fall back. As I would say, it's okay, you know. As I will smile and fall down the wings. Then we'll just fall down to the ground, passing out of the bleeding. As you know, like runs to the chief and knocks on the door. Knocks on the door like fast and all that. As the chief would just open the door and just see the guy that he helped, the boy that he helped earlier. I said, please help me, my friend, my brother. As he's in pain. You know, as the chief village would realize that they needed to act quickly. He didn't realize exactly what Yuno wanted, but something would have happened to me. As he just runs after Yuno shows him me. I'm passed out on the ground. As he would see all the blood around my skull. As I'm bleeding. Almost dying. As he calls the medic knights now. Because he knew that this couldn't know or the medic mage heal. As the medic knights I get taken by the medic knights. And Yuno they tell the church about it, and Yuno just decides to follow me into the medic knight, so make sure that when I woke up, he can explain what happened. As when I woke up in the doc's office, well, I had like a giant bandage around my head and all that, and bandages around my whole body because I was really, really injured. As he would say, oh, so you're awake now. Then he just opens the door and said, he's awake. Yuno walks in. I'm just seeing Yuno said, Yuno? Then he said, Asta! And he just runs and hugs me. I was like, what? Why are you? What happened? He said, oh, you don't remember. As then he tells me, as I kind of like, what? Then I'll be like, what the? How am I still alive? How am I not dead? I would think like that. I would say that out loud as they made as not the drunk guy, as he would just say that it's a miracle that you're not dead. As I would be like, what? I was be wondering why. Then it tells me that you have some good, like, strong spirit, kid. You managed to survive all that in a fight, and not just that, all your injuries. As now I will look on my body, and I see all the injuries I had, all the bandages. As I will freak out now, start to scream. I said, ah, ah, as I will start to feel the pain now. Because yes, I can't feel pain when I'm mad. Literally, I can't feel anything. As this will kind of be like an assault mode for me. Like, you know how Meliodas has his assault mode, this will be my version of it. As then Juno talks about my form, would I got wings and all that, as he would ask if that was some type of magic. The doctor would be surprised, like wondering what it was really, as he would just ask me if I could show him again, as I don't know really what I just did or anything. As Juno was told exactly everything that just happened, and I just got wings suddenly. As I would concentrate now again on that fury I felt, and I gained those wings again. As the doctor was being like amazed by this, then he calls in for Julius, because Julius was there wondering how I survived and wanted to talk to me. Because yeah, I'm making that up so I will talk to the Wizard King. As he just immediately goes to me and asks about the wings immediately. As I will be like, these? As my devil wings just pops up. As he be like, is it something I do want to know about these? As now I'm just popping the wings like up, it's nothing. After I know how to get them out, as now I can attack them even without that fury. He's like, yes, I wonder what they are. I was like, I don't know, they just first thing when I got them, I don't remember, but then you tells he got them when I got injured and he got really pissed by the drunk guy when he used his grimoire against Asta. As Yields being intrigued, I'm kind of furious at the drunk guy for doing this, but when he sees like how Asta reacted and all that, he wouldn't really mind it at all. No, he wouldn't. He would be mad at this still. But he would be really intrigued by my like abilities, as he could sense the magic from it. As it was pure magic, kind of like a sinister, not sinister, but like the intent in the magic, a cold and mischievous intent. As now we switch back to the church people. They're still waiting for like me and Yuna to return. As then they get a message that I want to return to the church. I was telling you that because some things will happen. I can't return to the church now because of my magic. If something happens again, they don't know what will happen, so they decide to treat me because I'm gonna get raised by the nobility, like some nobles, or even the Wizard King might. Maybe, yeah, I will be raised by the Wizard King. I decide that. We switch back to B and Juno. In this hospital, it's talking to each other now. I'm just amazed by the Wizard King and just ask, so who are you? As I'm just looking at the Wizard King now. Since I don't know that it is the Wizard King, he said, oh, I guess I haven't presented myself. Then he says, my name is, I am the current Wizard King. I would be freaked out and be like, what? Then he just falls down to the ground, trying to bow, but then he says, no, you should rest. As he grabs me before I can bow, and puts me back to bed. But I said, but you're, as he said, I don't really care about that formality, or anything, formality. I'm like, okay. As I've been intrigued and kinda like him now, because of how he is. Then he said, well, I said, when can I return home to the church? He said. Then he looks like kinda sad face and just walks out and decides to talk to the dog. As the dog walks out and says that I need to talk to him about some things. As they walk up talking to each other, they're talking about what they should do with me because since how I am and what those wings are. As Seal said that it seems that as they would heard the stories about the devils, and that he has the wings of a devil. As they decides they can't leave me back in the village. They sends back a letter. Now the letter would come out to the village now, saying that Asta want to return to the village because something's happened. That Asta won't be able to. You can't erase him. Something happened in his medic, so he gets treatment for all the time almost until he's fully healed. So he'll be raised in the capital now, since those damage was kind of permanent to him from the fight with the drunk guy. As I will lose like kind of partially my humanity. No, not I won't lose my humanitarian thing. But they would come up with a good reason for why I shouldn't be able to stay in the there in this like the village anymore, they will send a letter, be like, okay, sad, like kind of sad, but still understanding. As they now, Julius and the doc just walks in now, tells me that about that I can't stay there anymore in a village. I will be like, why? Then I said, because of your injuries, you need to be treated daily, for we don't know for how long. So you'll be raised by you'll be raised in the capital. Then I just look at you and be like, well, he be raised here too. He said, sadly, we can't raise you, both of you. That might think you might just want to play on. He said, no, he won't be able to stay. I will be sad about this. It's like, but why can't he stay too if I have to stay? It says, because he needs to go back to the village. And live there. I will be like sadder now. I said like, okay. Then I just look at Yuna. Yuna will also be sad, but the also said, I will just say, we'll meet again, Yuna, I promise. I just know that we will see each other again, someday. Slimmer said, okay. Then I just tried to hug him the best I could, with all the bandages around my body. I said, goodbye, Yuno. I should get escorted back to the village now. I said, as the village chief, like the village would know, but Yuno couldn't be raised there too. So they'd be like they had to like share him up when he got back. As they did. Now we switch back to my perspective. As the doctors talk to me about how I should be raised or anything. About all the treatments I will have. I need to get back like kind of daily to check on me, how I progress in my healing. And those wings that I'm not allowed to use them, like track them out often until I get my grimoire or anything. As I will ask why. He says, he didn't say anything. He said, because you can't, okay? I'll be like, okay, sir. I'll kind of look down. It's like, but this is my. I will think like, but this is my magic. So what? I'm not allowed to use my magic now because I'm a commoner. I will think like that. Then Yields would kind of have a feeling that I thought of something like that. So he would say, no, it's not. It's not because you're a commoner. It's because of your medic capabilities. It might, if you use a medic, you might not heal, as we want you to. As I will be kind of understand now him. I'm like, okay, sir. Wizard King. You see, just smile to me and just so as I'll be accept him more. But then I will say, but where am I gonna live? See, it will be like a week later now, no, a month later, and I'll be fully healed now, as I can walk and all that still. But I still need to be treated every single day because of my all these injuries. That's kind of be permanent almost. As you would say, you'll live with me. I'll be like, I will be live with the Wizard King. I would be really excited by this, but then you say that, why are you gonna take me in? I'm just a commoner. Said, you're not just a commoner. That magic, it's so strong. Your magic is immense. I'll be like, what? He said, yes, it's almost as strong as mine. And now I will be really intrigued. Say, yay! I'll be happy about this. And then I will say like, yay! I'm just as strong as the Wizard King now. We said, yes, kinda, with at least with the magic power. And now I will just kind of walk out like with I am in a wheelchair still, so I will just walk with the I don't know what it's called. Hold on, let me check that. What it's called in English. And as you know, still I'm not my English is not. Yeah, I have crutches. They are made special crutches for me. So like just to like, make me able to walk faster and just help me to walk. Since my bones are still pretty weak. As now I will be treated with milk every single day to build up my bone strength. And not just that, as now I'm 7. I'm kind of fully healed now. but I will still need to stay in the capital now, as I will be used to that life. So we kinda have forgotten about Juno now. Because I am that kind of short memory guy, but Juno won't have forgotten about me at all. He would think about me every single day. And she would just think that I need to become a Magic Knight, so I need to become stronger so I can help Asta heal. Oh yeah, and I guess I kinda will need to say this now. I might end up saying my name in this what if. Alright, actually no, I will no I mean not my real name but my YouTube username. Because I don't really have a real name in life anymore. I just go by my YouTube nickname. And all my different gaming nicknames as my names. Kinda people call me as that when we're talking, and I don't talk often at all. I'm like the introvert of introverts. Yes, now years went by. As I said, I'm over 7 now. I'm just 8. No, I'm still 7. I got fully healed now. As I go back, throw back to where no, and now I will meet the other nobles. They will just meet me. As they would just see me like sometime I will just they would see me on a meeting with the captains. As I will be sitting in a chair behind Julius. I'll be socially awkward still, like when I'm a child still, so I'll just be kinda sitting behind Julius, not talking to anyone, kinda hiding. As the captains wondered who I was, they would ask Julius about this. I said, oh, it's my adoptive son. No, he would say, oh, here's my adoptive son. He would say that straight up. They'd be like, oh. And then he would try to say hi to me. I would just ignore him. I would just sit back and not respond to them because I'm that socially awkward. I'm just that socially awkward. I would just walk away. Ignore them and just open the door and just walk out. And he was whispering aside and say, well, that's how he is. Wow. Sorry about that, I just discovered a new control thing in Minecraft, but yeah. As the captain was talking now, and then they would come to the topic again about me. Like, my backstory, as they want to know like, why I'm here, and why he ended up adopting me. Whiskin was science something's happened when he was 6 years old. He ended up getting too injured to be treated so he needed to be treated for 1.5 years here in the capital by the doc. And still gets treated to this day. As they would see the crutches I still had with me. It's like, I can understand now and all that. As now they would just hear, he would explain everything about the story and how I got injured. All the medic knights would clench their fist and be like, damn. As they wonder how the willpower, then was kind of praise me for my willpower. As I would just sit outside, kind of waiting for Julius to be done with the meeting. Then when they were done, I was then the captains would start to walk out. I just kind of hides behind the door. As Yami now and Figolian stand, no Figolian, let's see, I don't think Figolian is the captain now. Hold on. Let me check his age. He's 30. When I'm like, it was 8 years before. He might have been a captain back then. Yeah. He could be a captain back then when I was 7 and like 7.5. So yeah, as he was the kind of not the brand new captain, but Yame and Vanyas would be like a captain too. They were just in their 20s. Or at least Yam was in his 20s. I don't remember how old the Vanjans is, but yeah. It's now those two as Yame and Figolia stands up, like stops and just waits until the captain walks away. Then he was trying to talk to me again. I would just think like, they won't let me leave, be, huh? Then I said, fine, what is that you want? I just asked them, they said, we just want to talk. As they would commend me for my strength and everything. I'd be like, and I was just like, it's nothing really. Then Julius would walk out to see me talking to the captains. He would kind of think like, wow, so he's finally socializing. And when I saw Julius, I would just take my escape. It was like, I gotta go now. But thanks for the talk. I still would see that I had a kind of like a smile on my face now. So I think like, so he's happy about the talk maybe? That he got to relieve himself. Then when I was walking away with Julius would ask, so why did he talk to them? He said, they wouldn't leave me be. I had to talk to them so they would let me be later. And Silas would be like, huh, really, you're smart, Asta. As I would just say like, I was answer, Just like that, I would just be that cold of a person. Then when we got back to the place, I would see marks for the sometimes. Now I would say, what is Mushroom Head doing here? I said, no, I would say, what is he doing here? I see more as Julius would say, oh well, he's my assistant, you know. I would be like, yeah, I remember now. That he is. Yeah, sorry about that, I just got caught in a cobweb in Minecraft. So yes, now, the years went, now us, they were just talking now, Julius and Marx would just talk. Then he says, oh, then he just looked at me and said, oh, sorry about that, Asta. He would just take my hand, I was following him around as we went out to kind of like training with my medic because I really have nothing else to do. I wasn't that kid, I was just like to play something. I'm that kind of kid that I'm that kind of kid that doesn't really like doing stuff. As I'm sitting like for myself in a place. No, as we was out. No, what am I saying? We were out training with my medic in a secluded place that no one else would see. As then he says, now, as he will look at me and said, you can finally use your medic now. I allow you to use it. I'm like, huh? They said, you can use your wings. As he whispered that to me. I'm like, yay, finally. I just kind of smiled at him and said, thank you, Dad. I will start to call him that because at that point, yeah, I will be like that. Call him Dad. Actually, yeah, let's just restart this video. No, I won't restart this video. It was be too much pain in the ass to just do that. I just decided to like what is it called now? What is it called? As we are in the training room, I take out my wings, as he would say. Good. As then I was now just focus on my feel something else in me. I just feel the pain from the fight I had before. Like feel the pain again. I was fall to like I lose control of my wings. The wings would just detract as I was a couple of meters up in the air. I would just fall down to the ground as I screamed like, ah! He would see this and felt crap. now I'm falling down to the ground. I think like this is it. I'm finally dead. I find this is it. As now Ulysses catches me, but I will be like not unconscious, but I will be like, this is it. I'm finally dead now. I can finally rest. Then I must hear a voice said, "Oh, Asta, Asta, wake up. Asta, are you okay? Are you hurt?" As I just hear Julius' voice, I'm like, is he dead too? Then I just woke up in my eyes, just like, I'm not dead. I'm like, so I'm in the doctor's office now again. As no, I won't be in the doctor's office. I will still be at the training. I was look at him and said, I was just used to it. I'm fine now. So then just grabs my like kind of like, oh, where the hell did I end up now? Sorry about that. I should probably stop playing Minecraft now so I can focus on my what if easier. As I was saying, I was woke up after passing out due to my like lack of using my wings. So now he will say, "Are you okay, Asta?" As I look at him and said, "Yes, I am, Dad. I'm just okay. I was a little bit shocked by how the medic is, like how the wings work and all that." You're like, I can understand you have been able to. You have not allowed to use them for a while now. As then I was to take them up again and just fly around easier now. Like since I already fell down, as now I'm completely used to them. And now the weeks went by, I was trained every single day with my wings. And soon I will unlock something else. My magic. He will sense that my magic increased rapidly. As we still don't know what it is. Because that's a secret until later on in this video. I just want to keep that a secret for now. I really want to. And then, yes, now soon he will sense, as my magic just started pulsating, he will always sense that my mana pulsating. I said like slowly getting faster and faster. And he could sense that it increased when I got emotional. And this, now I will be like 10, it will be like a noble gathering. As I will have dyed my hair to Julius hair color. So it looks so different from the Julius, so they will think that I'm actually his son. Kind of like that, so they will accept me as a noble. It was been a noble like meeting, like with the royals and all that. So yeah, as I'm 10 now, I'm just kind of walking around, still socially awkward. No, I'm just not walking around. I'm sitting in a corner. Since there is no phone or anything, I was kind of be like reading a book. As I see a girl getting picked up by a guy that looks like the girl but with older and with the same hair color. I was serious and see that the girl said, "Stop. Why are you doing this, brother?" I hear brother. Now I get furious again. Julius would sense my mana pulsating now, as the others would sense it too, but I couldn't track it. Julius would be like, "Oh crap, this is bad." He just tries to track me down, but since all the people is there, he can't really walk anywhere. As he could sense that my mana pulsated more and more, faster and faster, like an emotional rocket, about to explode, emotional bomb. It was about to like overflow. I'm just rushing now towards the like this like the royal. It's like stop. I want to do it. Stop it. As I said, stop. I'm just looking at like the noble now, saying, "Stop it. That's enough." As the noble will look at me, it's like, "Uh-huh." Then he sees that I have the same hair color as the Witch King. He's been taken back by this, but loses his grip a little bit. As I was taking that chance to grab Noel and drag her out of there, kinda like gently, puts her back off me, to the back of behind me, as I will say, "No, Why would you do that to your own sister? I would say that, as now, Jules would sense my mana pulsating, like still that fast, but it's under control. It's not like a raging sea. It's more like the heat. Just not mana is pulsating like calmly, but still fast. I see it kinda sigh, but still kinda try to get to me. As Sold said, like, what are you gonna do about it? Just look, for 1 second I thought that you were the whisking, but who knows, you're not the whisking at all. As I would say, no, I may not be a whisking, but just because I'm not a whisking doesn't mean that you can just pick up on your sister and drag her like that in her hair. And like then I said, like, oh, really? Would you really just let me do that if I told you that she can't even control her magic? So now I will get furious in his eyes, like, so you're doing this just because she can't control her magic. Yields will now sense that my mana now get rageful. As he would just felt all the rage. Everyone would sense this now. That's the mana pulsating and having a rage. Nocel would sense this too, as he would sense that it coming near Solid now, as he would go back and see like what the hell Solid did now. See, so Nocel and Yulis would go there. So now they see me, as before they get there, I see Salt would try to attack me now. I will just dodge it easily, as I will just grab, make sure that Noel didn't get hit either. And yes, it's Noel here, okay? As all the nobles would see that there was a fight going on, a fist fight between me and Solid. As Nocel and Jules would see that now, as they were just talking, like, a Silva getting into a fight with another noble? What is this? Why? And Nocel and Jules would look at each other like, crap, they're both fighting each other now. As when they got there, they would see me dodging. But they would also, as Jules would sense that my legs would kinda crumble now a little bit. I wouldn't care because my furious. I would just pull out for the pain. Soldo wouldn't see it, realize that I was in pain or anything because I didn't show any sign of weakness. He just started punching me non-stop and then tried to use his medic now. I would say, so you can't use your medic against me. As I was just about to fold out my wings. Then Yildiz and Nosalis come and said that that's enough. Said Nosal to Sol and said, that's enough. He grabbed Solid. Said, what are you doing? Sol be like, I'm just putting him in his place. As Nosal be like, don't you know who this kid is? As he was look at Sol would just look at him and said, like, no. He said, that's the Wizard King's son. Asta Nova Chrono. As I wouldn't really care, but I was nice, like make a noise like I don't really care. Then I was looking at Noelle and said, ask if she's okay. Then I was looking at Noelle, ask if she's hurt or anything. She says no. I like signs like pew. Then I said, so why are you letting him pick on you? She like I asked. Then I just look at her and curious. It's like, so is it true that you can't control your magic? I will sound like curious about this now. Believe it or not, I'm actually kinda like that curious person around girls. At this age, I was really curious about girls. And could actually talk to them. I wasn't socially awkward against that yet. As I mostly, in this what if and so I was mostly around adults, and with the adults that I'm really socially awkward. It's like, yeah, it's true. As then she was scared that I would start to mock her. Then he says that, well, I can't control my magic either completely. As Julius would hear this and say, I kinda admit that he can't, because Julius would sense that he has something else. His wings may not be everything like Asta's wings. Might not just be just made of pure magic, but he sensed that I have something else in me too, another magic dwelling inside of me. Something like, yeah, that's true actually. He now walks up to Noel and just talks like that. No, he walks up to me and puts a hand on my shoulder. It's like, there you are. See, I was still like I was just calmed down. Now I still kind of hatred, no anger. I was be like weak in my knees now, because of all the pain, of all the dodging, all that. As I did like some unnatural movements with my legs. as I would try to not show any pain towards Noel or anything. As Noel would kind of see the struggle I had. It's like, are you hurt? I said, no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm fine. Eurus would look at me and say like, really? Then I said, I'm just perfectly fine. I'm just falling down now. Passed out, as all the nobles would see this. As Soldo would all have been dragged away with Nocelle. Nocelle would just hear all the nobles shock. As I think like, what is now? As Sold was sent home to his room, it's like to think whatever he had done. Picking a fight with the whisking sun. When Nocelle just walks back and sees that I'm just laying on the ground, he just picks me up and calls over the dock immediately. As he sensed that something's wrong with me. As they were just checked it and they said that there's nothing about that I had cracked my bones. Because they were saying like, what did he do? As then Noel would also say like, he did some unusual movement with his legs. He's like bended his legs like where he shouldn't have the complete, but like not with his knee, but right under it, like the middle of his wrist and like hip and all that. No, not hip, but in the where he shouldn't have knees. Like like the middle part of your under leg and your over leg. I would kind of bend those to dodge. As they would hear this about Noel, like what? Then as they would be amazed still that Asta could hold the pain away for so long. As I would just wake up with bandages around my legs. I tried to move, but I was immediately forced down by the doctor. As he said, no, you need to rest now. So big. What happened? As then I was feeling pain in my legs, like, ow, ow, ow. Then I just remember everything, like, I shouldn't have done that, really. As Noel would be there too, kind of worried about me. Nocelle would know about that, it's like, he would just allow it, because he, Asta just saved, like, that kid, Asta saved, like, I just saved Noel from that, so he would just allow Noel to check on me all day. As when I walk over, I see Noel, sitting worried about her, so like, what is it? She's like, I'm so worried about you. I'm worried about you. As she just hugs me. As now I have a bright red face, like, my legs. And she'd be like, oh, sorry. She kind of blushes and it's kind of like sits down again on the chair next to me. And she would just see that my red face turns red and just turns back and it starts to turn back again. As I'm kind of flustered by this. As then Jules walks in, like, Jules now would be there, talking to me and said that that's some unusual movement with your legs. I'll be like, yeah, really? He said, yes, that's some impressive movements. He must be amazed by this, but still don't control to take away those stars in his eyes because he realized that he might even force me to do it again. Then the whiskey just talked to me again, saying like, you should have done that, Asta. I was like, why? Why? He said, that is so dangerous, you could have broken your legs and might never be able to move them again. As the doc would say, like, it seems that his legs already heal on his own, without even me using my magic or anything. They just needed help to like be protected. As he would whisk him like, what? He said, yes, just look at it. Then we'll look at like they will have like some kind of, he would have this healing magic be able to like create pictures of my bones. So to see like the picture of my bones, it will have like something else in it. It wouldn't be white anymore. It will be blackish. Not blackish. It would be like a different color. They wouldn't know what it was. Maybe some type of magic just stabilizing my bones. And spoiler alert, it will be some type of metal that I can create with my magic that heals me. Now, as I will just walk up and focus on my legs, strengthening them as they will just break. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, but sorry for that being quiet. I was break like the branches around my legs and then was woke up. There was like Doc was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just gonna walk outside now. No, I'll be curious about this and like said to follow me. I just allows her doing that. I was walking out, checking, listening to the birds. I sit down on a parking bench, like the set up bench outside. I'm just sitting down, listening to the birds. As Nell sits down next to me, I wouldn't really mind it at all. I was gonna be accepting this really because I wanted her to sit next to me. So then she would just be like, then she'd be like, "Are you hurt or anything?" I would be like, "No, I'm not hurt at all. I'm so relieved that you're not hurt." As I would say that, as she'll be red in face, I'll be like, "Hmm? Look, I'm just looking at her curious." Then she'll be like, "It's nothing, really." And I will be like, "Okay, if you say so." I just turn my face around now, listen to the birds. Then Julius and the dog just watch us from afar, seeing me and Noel talking casually. Julius will be proud of me, like he's really socializing now. I'm really proud of him. As he would say, the dog would say, "What do you mean?" As the dog would just didn't know that I was like an introvert, like so unsocial. Julius was like, he has never been so social to anyone before. Then I would be like, I should probably go now. As they would walk, I just walk away. And I'll be like, hold on, wait. I'll be like, look at her and say, like, what? No, I was looking at her like, huh? Then she walks up to me, kind of like trembling for a little bit. Then she reaches out to me, like pushes me my neck towards her and just kisses me, leaps in for and kisses me. My face would turn bright red now at this point. I will start to freak out. As the dog would and the whiskey would see us like, huh? What the? What the? As they would say that like twice, everyone would see it. The Jules and the dog would say like, what? And now since I'm freaking out and all that, um, how should I explain it now? And Noel would see this too and start to freak out later, kind of be red in the face. As I would be like, so grabs her around me and just takes kisses her back. And then I was like, say that. Then I was break free from the kiss and like, look at that Whiskey King's like, hey, can we get some privacy here? As the Whiskey King and Duck just leaves, leaving them alone, leaving me and Noel alone in the park. And she would even turn more red in the face when she realized that someone heard about all that. As now, I didn't really mind at all. I was hugging her, or she was hugging me back. We were just talking, kind of talking and laughing now. As when now it was kind of it'll be the day. As now I just walk away now. We go separate ways. As we decided to have a date like each weekend when we could, and train with her medic and all that. As I would just tell her that I don't know what my medic is either, so I guess it's kind of similar. And she'll be like, yeah. As we decided to just train each other every day. As we had I sneaked out from the castle sometimes and she helped her sneak out as we spent the night as training with our magics. And just not just that hanging out on secret dates. As Whisking wouldn't know about this, I sneaked out of the castle. As I'm 13 now. No, 14 actually. No, let's say 15. Sneaking out of the castle now at night. As the Whisking was about to ask me something, like since he knew that it was the like he would have said like wanted to wake me up to ask me something that was bothering him. As he opened the door, he would see an open window and be like, huh? Then be like, no, he didn't. Then he looks out of the window and sees me down on the ground. I wouldn't see him, he would just look like, huh? Then he would see that I'm running to the Silva estate. He'd be like, oh, He would think like, back for those like 5 years ago when he saw me and all just kissing each other. I think like maybe something is between those two. And then I was kind of like, no, how should I explain it? So I just kind of throws a little stone at her window so she would notice and think like, yeah, it's time now. And she would just sneak open a window like I will help her catch her when she jumps down. If it was just on the second floor, so I would easily catch her now. So we just sneak away in the park and talking to each other, chatting. Then we would walk away like outside of the castle now, training her magic. As I would never have unlocked my magic yet. She would be curious about this and worried about me. Said, "Are you really okay helping me train when you don't have unlocked your magic yet?" I would just say, "Yes, of course I am." I was looking at her. Julius would now have tracked me down, as he wouldn't really mind at all. Since I'm 15, I can take own responsibilities now. But he would kind of be mad at me for not telling him about it. So he decided to sneak up on me when I went back. The night went by. And let's say that it was the night before the grammar ceremony, no, a week before the grammar ceremony. Now I just wake up, like, no, I'm just about to walk back to my room. As he just would have, like, looked at me like, I know, let's telling apart, as he just gets to my room now, sitting on my bed. I'm just, like, climbing up the window now. As I'm seeing you there back on my bed, like, I'm swallowing like, "Hi, Dad." He'll be like, "How long have this been going on?" I'll be like, I start playing innocent, like, "What?" He's like, "How long have you and Noel been out on spending out on the nights?" He'll be like, "Have you spied on us this tonight?" He said, "Yes." Then we say, "Why haven't you told me anything about it?" I'll be like, "Because I didn't want you to know." I will say like that out of nowhere. I'll be like, "Really?" They just look at me and congratulate me like, "Really? You have been dating for all these years now?" I would like, yeah. Snell would have learned to control her magic now. And now it's time for the grammar ceremony next week. I just woke up there. I'm just going to Noel's house and like waiting for her to like jump out the window now. Let's say that Noelle noticed that she was gone, so she would be exposed when I helped her up again. Well, it would take some time while she was there. And she gets out of, like, now switch back to Noel's perspective. As Noelle was wait out in her room, like, no, her mother, Aesir, would still be alive. No, she wouldn't, yeah, she'll be alive in this. As she would just look at her and be like, "So where have you been this night?" And she would have, like, spied on me, and Mia too. As Noel beat her in the face, like, "Yeah, nothing, nah, I didn't do anything at all." Kind of like trying not to talk about it, and she just takes Noel under her arm, like hugging her, sort of, "Really? You have really found someone already, huh? Huh?" As Noel with a red in face, like, "What do you mean? What are you talking about, Ma?" It's like, "Really? You have been there? How long was it? Is it now 5 years ago?" She would just be like, "Yeah, I guess you noticed." She's like, "Yeah." As now she'd be kind of mad. It's like, "Why didn't you tell me anything?" And as Noel would answer, like, "I thought you would be mad at me." She'd be like, "Me mad at you? My only daughter?" No, no, she wouldn't say that, like, "My only daughter." "Why would I be mad at you? You're my daughter. I just want to help you." And then she'd be like, "Really? The whisking son as well?" As no, Aesir was like the whisking son, and she knew that he was adopted. As she and like the captors only knew that, but they were not allowed to tell anyone. Asta knew it too, but he kind of forgot about it. As she would like, "Yeah? What about it?" She's like, "Really? You have really caught some good men. I heard that you are the one that made him socialize a little bit. But he's still so cold towards adults. He cannot not talk to others at all." Now it's the next week, like, where it's time for the grammar ceremony. Julius would take me like to the side when we was about to leave for that. I says like, what? Then just look at me and said, whenever you get your grimoire, don't forget to never use your wings unless you're necessary. I will look at him so like, okay. As he would have told me stories about the devils that and said that my wings looked exactly like those wings that they had. So yeah, as sorry about that. I'm kinda tired, but I need to record this video for tomorrow. Now I just wait for Noel to jump out a window. She does, as Aesir is there talking to her, like about the Grimoire ceremony. Then she realized, oh wait, it's time now. She would say that and her window would already be open. Aesir was like, what? As then she just had all their like their perfect clothes and all that. She just jumps out of the window. And Aesir would be like, what? Did she take suicide or something? Then she was look at the window afterwards. She sees me like catching her, catching Noel. He was like, huh? What a gentleman. So that's how they sneaked out every day. As I would be gone, they say taller than this. I would just as tall as kind of like you know. No, I would be tall as you this, but I would be properly built, as I would train my muscles in the lack of my magic. So yeah, as now we go to like the ceremony, no, the grimoire ceremony, and it's the like the one in the capital where they get their grimoires. Yeah, as now Noel would get the 3-leaf clover water grimoire. I'm like, really impressive, Noel. It's like, yeah, maybe. As then for me, I kinda knew that I wouldn't get the grimoire. I wouldn't be down about it. As I was just about to leave because I knew that how can someone that doesn't even have magic get a grimoire? As now will look at me like, where are you going? I'm like, I won't get a grimoire, so why would I still be here? It was serious for your sake. Just to be like, then wait for my sake until I'm gonna leave. Here I was said, of course. Sorry about that. As then our light comes out from the sky, up like the roof crumbles. As there will be a couple of grimoires coming down towards me. It'll be like the twilight. Now I'll reveal my magic. I will have twilight magic and volcanic magic. Now I will have twilight magic and volcanic magic, volcano magic, or lava magic actually. But we mainly be focused on volcanoes and that. Let's get 2 grimoires. They are merged together now. With the volcano spitting out like 4-leaf clover. I then must feel something on my chest too. But it will be like unnoticed. I just didn't care about it at all. Then Nest walks out holding Noel's head. Then Aesir and Yildiz would wait outside. As they would ask about the grimoires as Noel would show her grimoire. Then then I would no, then Asta no. Then I'm showing just my grimoire. To Yildiz as she would be like surprised, but it's like a volcano symbolizing and then spitting out the 4-leaf clover. So then sees like this kind of like a sun and a moon in each other, as they would symbolize the dark and the light in twilight magic. So yeah, as for the magic that's be called, it will just be called Twilight Volcanic Twilight, or something like that. So yeah, he would be surprised like, so is this just one different grimoire? Said us, I would be like, no, I was serious that I was kind of stumbling that they want to explain shit. Like, no, it's those 2 grimoires that somehow merged. He'd be like, okay. Then I was pulled said, oh goodbye, and I'll see you later. She wondered what? She thought that we go on a date, but then I said I don't feel so good. I need to rest. I just carried hers up to my room and closes the door. And we'll later hear knocking on the door. It would be Julius. He said, is something wrong? I would have signs like open like take off my shirt, and he was like, "What?" And then he sees the 5 clover on my chest. Then he says, "This appeared on my chest when I got a grimoire." And yes, I will make it so I have the 5-leaf grimoire, like the 5-leaf clover on my chest. And something, I will feel something in that there. I will let's try to put my hand there. Then a sword handle comes out. I just grab a sword out of it. I'll be like, huh? And then just puts it back and be like, oh wow. The Gillis will like see the 5-leaf clover and thinks about it. It's like, wait. Then he thinks about it and tells me to never use that unless he was like, what is that sword? Pull it out again. As he would do that and said, then I would ask if he could have it. I said, of course, Dad, here. As he wouldn't be able to lift it all. I'd be like, huh? Are you weak? How weak are you, Dad? He'd be like, I'm not the hell as strong as you. As he couldn't lift the sword, as then he would sense something else. His magic is not draining. He was like, yeah, it would be drained from him. Then as gives the sword back. It's like, I think you're the only one that can carry it. I'll be like, okay. And I put the sword back in my chest. I know it will never get used to that. So I'm just talking to Julius now. Then Julius said it then about that 5-leaf clover on you. Then we just tell the story about that devils always had a 5-leaf clover grimoire. I'm like, so I'm a devil? He said, I hope not. I said, maybe, but you might have some connection to them. I'll be like, okay. Can accept and yes, really. Because I missed that kind in accepting it. As then the clover grimoire will be like it won't be like red. It will be red. Actually, yes, it will be red, like a tattoo. As then he said, don't just show it off to everyone else. I'll be like, okay. And then he said, if anyone sees it and asks about it, let's say that yes, it's just a scar. That we were just born with it, I don't think, because no one else. Let's say that not even the doc had just seen his chest completely, because whenever Asa got injured, his chest was always fine, so he never needed to check it. So the doc wouldn't know about this 5-leaf clover that he didn't have it before, so he just be told about that. That he actually Asa just discovered that he had a 5-leaf clover on his chest. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's a he was like he had an unusual birthmark formed as a 5-leaf. As he would say, yeah, accepting is like, okay, as he would have seen weird things in his days. Now it's kind of like the day of the grimoire ceremony. No, the medic night is 6 months training. As he said, so what are you gonna do now, Asta? I'll be like, I'm just gonna train. I want to become a medic knight after all. He'll be like, okay. So I will just train training by myself. Well, except with Noel sometimes actually. I would restrain myself from using my wings. To not use them until like I'm ready for it. As how should I explain it? Now I will be training for 3 months actually. So one day some guy just pisses me off, like someone that I know I missed out like the distant, like in the first thing around training by myself. A guy pisses me off. Well, no, Noel was there too, but she was out doing something. So yes, now I would be pissed by the guy because let's say that he said something about me that pissed me off. I didn't have any medic, as I would start to be mad at him. It's like, what did you say? Then I would unlock my medic. My grandma would open now and receive volcanic, huh? I would say volcano. Sorry about that, but I would say Vesuvius. as a volcano would appear around me and spits out lava around me. Then I took my chance by it and pulled out the sword. And snow. And so yeah, as I pulled out the sword from my chest and so then the volcano would have stopped, disappear. The noble would be like shocked by this and like, what the? Yeah, I said, so you think that I have no medic now either? Like, no, not at all. I think that you actually have it. Sorry about that. Gotta do something really quick. Yeah, as now I'm back. I did a thing that I needed to do actually. As I don't know how to explain it really, but how should I say it? Yeah, as I was pissed at a noble, I would use the volcano to just act like a transformation to summon the sword. As now I'm blitzing towards this, like the noble, and not like frozen back. I said, never underestimate the royal, you piece of shit. I wouldn't say that. I would say that you piece of shit. Never underestimate a royal. Then Noel would come back and be like, see me like transformed. Now using that sword, she'll be like, what? Then I'll be like, oh. Then she's like, oh, hi Noel. She'll be like, then she see that noble knocked out. She would ask like, what did you do? Us like, he just annoyed me, so I just decided to knock him out. She'd be like, okay. Then she'd ask, but why? That says, because he said that I didn't have any medical attribute and I was a failure as a noble. But then he just shows her his spell, like, look, I got my first spell, called Vesuvios. I think that's actually how you pronounce it. I pronounced it before, but I don't really remember. And so yes, I will make my spells have like volcanic names on that. And for the Twilight Magic, it will come in hand later. She's like, okay. Then she would ask about the sword. Us to be like, oh yeah, it just come out of volcano. He would say. And then she'd be like, okay, so where do we put it now? Us be like, hold on a minute. Us said he would say, I was step back. Please just stand back a little bit. She'd be like, okay. Backs down. Us then us. Yeah, what you said. I would just say Vesuvios. So now she would, since the volcano got wide enough to hide me from the flames, in the flames on it, I would put the sword back in my chest. And hide the 5-leaf clover on my chest, and then we said disperse. Now it was done. She'd be like, wow. She was impressed by this and just like hugged me and said, wow, I didn't know that you knew such a powerful spell. I was like, it's okay really. And then she went back to the camp. Now we will continue training for the last 3 months until we were ready. Well, Noel wouldn't join the Medic Knights as well. She would join the Medic Knights, but she didn't want to take the entrance exam. Because she was more like a defensive mage, they thought. Because in this, what if she would unlock her, Sea Dragon Slayer spell? And she thought that she was a defensive mage, so she didn't want to join the Medic Knights. She would join the Medic Knights, but her brother would still decide to the Black Bulls as to Asta's Fury. So, well, Asta wouldn't know about it until he got chosen by the Medic Knights. They just went back to their capital now. As Asta was go to Whisking and just hug him, like, long time no see, Dad. He'd be like, yes. Then Asta froze in his grammar said, look. He'd be like, huh? As the grimoire would be kinda heavy, but not really. So he'd be like, oh goddamn, it's heavy. Then I said, just open it. Then he opens it, and the first page is of a new spell. So like, wow, it's so fun, unlock your medic, huh? Then I said, yes, but I have a feeling that there's something else too coming soon. Then he tells me about a trick when no one else here that... Yeah, as he would have said, it explained that he used the volcano to create a diversion around him so he could summon the sword out. He'd be like, wow, okay. he would say okay, and she would kind of understand that and say like, that's very smart of you. I'm like, yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry about that. Now we'll get right back into it. So what he's saying, you would have said, like, wow, you really did good. No, he would just praise me for coming up with such a brilliant idea to summon my sword. Then I would say that it seems like my sword didn't cut through my magic at all. I'm like, wow, okay. Then I just go back now to the entrance exam now. It was a week later. As I had met like Noel and let talk to her each day. So yeah. And now, as we go back into the entrance exam, I will go and register my grimoire. And so I already see a person that looks so familiar. As it would be Juno, because yeah, you probably figured it out already, but it would be Juno. As Juno would have thought of me all these years. As I would kind of forgotten him almost. But when I saw him, I got my memories back. As I was just like I will see him, but I was first in the line. As I registered my grimoire and my four-leaf, he was like, "Wow, impressive!" So then he looked up and said, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah, please don't make a sound or anything. I just want to, I don't like the attention." He would understand because he knew that I was the Whiz King son, kinda. So yeah, he would just let me go, pass. As they would all wonder why. Then I would have a hoodie on, so they wouldn't see my hair or anything. But Yuna would be intrigued by this and like sense that for the moment that he seemed so familiar. And think about it as he just thought when he sensed it, he would just think about me. I'm like, wait, that can't be. After all these years, he's still walking all that. He's finally able to walk. You see, kind of smile in his interior, like in the behind, kind of in his mind. Then he walks up and said, "I'm Yuna from Harsh Village," and then he registered his four-leaf grimoire. He said, "Oh, so you're the one from the rumors?" He said, "Yeah, I guess there's rumors of me, huh?" And I was like, "Yes, your number is 141. I think that's what he got in canon, but that doesn't really matter." As he walks in now, walks like up to me. Well, I would see him walk on. I said, "See him. I should probably talk to him later." Then Yuna looks for me. I will see him like looking for me. I'm like, Then I walks up to him from behind and said, "Long time no see, little bro." As I would be taller than him now. He'll be like, wait. Then he turns around and is like, "Wait, it's that you, Asta?" I would just I would say yes. Then he said then he would ask, "Why are you having your hood on?" He said, I would say like, because reasons I'll tell you later. No, I was had a letter to him that I always had in case I ever met on him. As he would say, read this when no one else sees. As he would just do that, and then he said, "Now, just leave me alone, kinda." As Noel was washing up from the captain's place and see me talking to, as then she would ask, like, wonder who that was. As she didn't say I had it over a letter or anything, she would just see me talking to him. Then I just went away, stood by a tree now. Birds wouldn't mind me at all, they would sit there, that no birds would come near me at all. As just because my medic was so freakishly strong, even a bird came to Juno because they deemed him weak. Because I was near. As a bird tried to go near him, but he couldn't be knocked back. But no birds was near me at all. They wouldn't even try to do it. As now the captors arrived. Well, I would just bump into Yami. Yami would be like, there you are. I was like, please don't say it, please don't say it. Yami would just be like, maybe should I say it or should I not? Then I was like, show my fist and be like, I'm gonna punch you right into the wall. And she'd be like, oh, okay, he doesn't want to say it. I'm not gonna piss him off because then Whiz King would be mad at me too. then like before this started, would go into the shadows and read a letter. As it explained that after all these years, I was adopted by the Whiskey King himself, Julius Novachrono, so I would take the name Asta Novachrono now. I hadn't forgotten about you. I've thought about you every day. But however, I wasn't able to write a letter. I didn't want you. I couldn't. I don't think like I forget about you. I always thought about you. I wondered how you were in the village. I will never forget them. Then I said, like, oh yeah, and why I had a hoodie on. And so, then we say, oh yeah, and I dyed my hair to the same color as the Whiskey King, so no one would question that I was his son. Please understand this. I'm still proud of who I am. But please just understand and not call me as like Asta or anything. Just respect me as a noble, so no one will question my status. You know, like, some big bro did this, huh? Then he takes the letter and stops in his pocket again. Now the captors will all walk in. I was like, say to Yamin, like, you should probably get up now. I'm like, yeah, I probably should. Then just jumps up there. As like, I would say funeral, but ask who was that kid. He said, he's not our kid really. You should probably just leave him alone. I'm like, okay. It's just stuff. No, he would say that's the friend of mine. He would say kinda. Like, okay, wondering who that kid was really. Because he wouldn't have heard him talk about him earlier at all. As there were rumors about that Whiskey King had a son. But no, some of the nobles knew, the royals kinda knew. For sure, like the Silver family, not the Vermilions at all, they didn't know about it. They would kinda knew about it, but the Golden wouldn't tell anyone about it. Really, when they asked about him, he'll say, like, yeah, maybe not. He would say that like that, so it will still be a rumor for the most. Because he knew that Asta needed to like the attention he would get if they knew that he was the Whiskey King's son. Now the captors walk in, as I said. Now it's for a flying test. Asta thought about using his wings, but then he remembered Julius' warning, said, no, don't use your wings. Then I remember what Julius said, that only use them whenever you have to, if it's the only thing you can do. I would just think like, oh sure, crap, I almost forgot about that. I thought like for myself. As then they handed out the brooms, I would just take a broom and just fly. Easily. Better than just fly around. No, I would just float around and stand on it, just float, doesn't really care. Then just immediately went back down when we was let down, they allowed us to go back down. Because I really don't like the attention they would get if I stayed up too long. Then it was the creation test. I just create a volcano without erupting it. I will call it, what is it called? Like, yeah, I will just call it Mount Fuji. Yeah, I will just create Mount Fuji. So yeah, as I create Mount Fuji, I will say as a volcano appears. It won't have erupted or anything. The capitalists will all see this, be intrigued, as also the incredible details on it. And the different texture is kind be even snow on the top. As yeah, because I'll be able to create snow from it since it was a volcano. So yes, now how to explain it? As now it was the purported like target practice test. It creates a Vesuvio and throws like a magma ball on the target. All the targets just melt down. Like the medic knights, the captors were surprised and kind of like amazed by this. Like, wow, he's an impressive target. Like weird things to create. Then he said that it was the state grown test. I was growed easily. I was ace all the tests. Then time for the combat proportion. As Seki wanted to challenge me in this. Yes, yeah. And Jonas fight goes the same as in canon. I just want to say that. As for me, let's say that a fire noble, no, a water noble, a really strong water mage just challenges me. And I just look up to Noelle, like, kinda like, watch this. She kind of thinks like, he's not gonna go overboard, just will he? The noble say, look, you can finally stop playing around. I was like, playing around? I'm not playing around at all, I'm just holding back. The captains would hear this too, but what is he, doesn't he take this seriously? Then Jan said, hold on. He said, before you make any assumptions, you should probably know really that who it is. And he looked at Figol and like, he looked at Figol and said, like, it's real. Captain's like, what? Then we said, I was look at the Jan, but no, not yet. The Jan said, like, let him tell you later. We're like, okay. So now the water mage like, oh, and who do you think you are, huh? I was like, the one that's gonna kick your ass with holding back a lot. Noble were pissed now, said like, don't you dare hold back on me. I was like, okay, I will be like, sure about it. Are you sure? Noble said, what, are you trying to mock me? Now you're done for it, I will kill you. I would say that he would say, now you're done for it, I will kick your ass. As I will say, like, oh really? I said, yeah. Then the fight starts, he just creates a giant water shield around himself and then just launches a giant water attack against me. I would just like, I still would have my eyes closed and all that, as then I would say Vesuvios. I said, well, two different spells, Vesuvio and Vesuvios. No, actually, the target one, it will be called Pompeii. Yeah, I will name my volcanoes after that. It will be called Pompeii. And the other one that I used to transform is called Vesuvios. I would say Vesuvios. As a volcano appears around me, think like the nobles thinks like, what, he's gonna take suicide? I should get you carried a giant or a laser, like a volcanic laser. Niall wouldn't be worried at all because she knew that this wouldn't harm me. The noble would be like, huh, he took his life, huh? All that big talk. Then I would say like, took my life? You're wrong. I am not going all out because I don't want to end up hurting you too bad. Then then the volcano disappears. He would see me equipped with a giant sword, carrying it, as he still be like hiding my face. He'd be like, I'm gonna rip that hoodie off just so you can see your face when I beat you to the ground. As before he could finish the sentence, I would already have blitzed towards him, broken like all his like water attacks against me, and breaks the shield and stops the blade right in front of it. It knocks him down on the ground, and stops the blade right in front of his neck. No, yeah, as his like neck. I was like, you're yield. Do you yield? It's like, I surrender. I was like, thought so. And just so you know, I hold back. I did hold back a lot. The captain's been intrigued by this. Why does he hold back all the time? As they would be like furious about this now. As then it time came for the selections. Austin would be first. No, he would be last of all. But then all the examinees would just be asked to stay still put and not walk away. Well, they had to like stay coiled there and watch everyone else. Even the ones that they wasn't selected in a squad. As Asta would ask if he could be the last one. Capris would allow this, as now, when it was his turn, no one raised his hand. Then Asta just took off his hoodie and said, my name. They would ask number one, as he would say. And said they wouldn't say his name because it would only noted be down as number one Asta. I said, that's on an incomplete list. They said, like what? Then Asta takes off his hoodie. Said, my name is Asta Nova Chrono. As now they will all see his hair. And how tall, like, everything. As they will see that, wait, it's Nova Chrono. Then all the captains just immediately raised all their hands. And let's see that Yama didn't raise his hand either. As everyone see that the captains raised their hand quickly now, as they realized that he really exists. The whisking sound, the rumors are true. He exists. As like, whoa. As all the nobles and all would kind of bow down to him, as Asta would say, please don't. As he would say, everyone that bows will get I will kick everyone that bows down. I will kick their ass. Then he looks at the captain like, if anyone tries even trace of you to bow down to me, I'll kick your ass too. Maybe even no, I said I'll kick your ass with my Pompeii. As he holds down a mini Pompeii in his hand. The black, there's things like, oh, okay, he means serious now. Noel would just look at me like, yeah, please don't do that. As I look at her and it's like, yeah, I won't. Then I was decide to like, So then I was Noel would just jump down. No, then I were asking like Noel, be like, what squad did you choose? I would just say that blunt into the air. And from the shadows, everyone would just hear. My brother sent me to the Black Bulls. As I would just look at myself, he'll be like, yeah. As he would just see me being mad at him, as really mad, pissed kinda. He'll be like, yeah, sorry about that, but I really kinda had to. No, she would just decide to, I will join the same squad as you do. I would just kind of smile and said, oh, really? And I said, well, I will join the Black Bulls. Everyone would be surprised, but then I would say that, I would just say that, come on man, really? I did it because of the reason that if I want to become aim to become the Whiz King better than my father, and the best way to get results is to get, and what is now? The best way to get results is to create my opportunities, kinda, no, not opportunities, you said, the best way to get result is the better result, the easier it gets for you. And if I make the worst squad the best, I will prove everyone wrong. And so yeah, that's why I choose the Black Bulls. And Noel would say like, oh yeah, I'll choose the Black Bulls too. She jumps down to me now. And still will say that it's Noel Silva. She walks up to me and hugs me. I'm gonna hug her back and said, and now this is where I'll be ending this what if off. Because I have something else to do. I need to eat like dinner now. So yeah, as I hope you guys enjoyed this what if video. Please like, subscribe, click that bell. Yeah, and you know that same routine. Stay safe. Peace out.